Hello YouTube. This is a teaser for something that's going to be coming up a bit later on. I did kind of warn you that I had some pretty big information, which was going to kind of shock some people. Certainly shocked me. And well, there's two pieces of information. I didn't know this. I didn't quite know this until last night, but there's two pieces of information now that's quite shocking. And the first piece of information is that I am being made homeless. I am going to probably be homeless, but I am going to fight back. I'm going to fight back as much as I can to remain not homeless. Snuff. Okay. The Crown that own the property that I'm in, the Crown Estates, have seen fit to say that all the tenants who live in these 3 rows of houses must leave. We must leave because the Crown wishes to decorate the properties and they wish to then re-rent them to new people at much more money, which we can't afford. And we've been told, you can't afford it, so go. And for this privilege of being here 12 years as a perfect rent payer, never missed a rent payment, and for looking after the premises, and also being a security guard for the whole of this area, because I walk my dog late at night and I'm always walking around with my torch, so I act as a free security guard for the whole area, and being a friend to people who've needed help with vehicles and electrical problems and computer problems, and basically gaining a good friendship with people in the area, and getting on quite well with the neighbours. Apart from one, we did have a little spat because of the dogs, but I think we ironed it out in the end. We had a spat because of the dogs. It got quite nasty because voices were raised and the police got called. But in the end, through the police acting as mediators for us going, it's not my dog, it's your dog, it's your dog, it's my dog, it's not right. Okay, the police acted as mediators, and in the end, I think we sorted that out. And now we're on talking terms, which is good. So I mean, I get on. Really, I do get on with, I think, all of my neighbours. It's one rocky road for one neighbour only, but I think we get on. And I like this place. I love this place. I've lived here for 12 years, and this is my home. This is my home, and I wanted to continue living here. The Crown sees fit to say, even though we've got your money and we like your money, we want more money. We want more money. Now, the reason this has happened is because of greed. Now, my landlord, Bob Frierson, right, very, very nice chap, right? Everybody, you speak to anybody, they'll tell you Bob Frierson is the loveliest person, and Bob really is. And my love of Bob. Look, there's Bob up there. Bob is up there. Look, Bob with the pipe. Yes, my love of Bob. Well, this is the different Bob, because Bob Frierson is the farmer that let me live in this house and let me live here extremely cheaply, because that's the sort of nice guy Bob is. Bob is the nicest guy there is. Yeah. So that guy is the nicest guy there is, and Bob over there is the nicest guy there is as well. And he's been the most wonderful landlord. He was the most wonderful landlord. He never gave me any hassle. He never spied on me. He never harassed me. He was very nice to me. And I even ended up going round and helping him out with his computers. And I said, look, Bob, I can't charge you any money to fix your computers. You look after me. I look after you. Great. Wonderful arrangement. You couldn't ask for a better arrangement. I love Bob. I love Bob, and Bob loves me. But unfortunately, the Crown came in with their jackboots on and decided to up the rent for the local farm. And because they decided to up the rent for the local farm, Bob said, well, okay, I have to cut my my shirt strings a little bit, and sort of. I tell you what, you can take the rental of the houses back if you want off the farm, because we're no longer quite as big a farm as we need to be. So you can have the houses back, and then that'll equal up the rent. And the Crown said, yeah, okay, then we'll take back the houses and we'll deal with the rent from now on. And the Crown came round, and Guy Singleton, I shall name the name, Guy Singleton, who's like fucking Smeagol from the movie Lord of the Rings. My precious, my precious, my precious. Guy Singleton. This is a man who is not liked, a not liked man. Came to my house and said, oh, knock, knock, knock. Oh, hello, I just thought I'd let you know that I am the new landlord. I'm like, okay, because Bob never did this, because Bob never used to come round, and I like that, because Bob didn't mess with me, and I didn't mess with Bob. It's like, but this guy had to get in my face straight away. So he's like, I'm your new landlord, and I just thought I'd come and tell you that I'm your new landlord and meet you. I'm like, okay, thank you, that's great. I said, well, okay, as you're the new landlord then, I've heard that they're going to be taking us off the private water supply. The private water supply here means that we don't pay water rates because we're part of the Crown property, and the Crown is entitled to use the free spring water that they have. So it means we don't have to pay water rates. Now, think how much money you save a year by not having to pay water rates. Isn't that good? Think how much money you save. Yeah? And also, you get the added benefit of not having chlorine or fluorine in your water. Yeah, it's spring water. It comes off the hill, it drains naturally through into the Bishop's Cannings spring well, and because it's a Crown property and because of agreements in the past, they have their own private spring, and they basically don't have to pay the local water company extortionate rates to have dirty water containing chemicals pumped into their houses. So we have a private spring, and it's free, and I loved the house because of this. I loved the house because it was cheap to rent. It didn't have central heating, but I'm not a central heating man anyway. My dog is an Arctic dog. My dog likes minus 40, yeah? My dog likes minus 40. Why would I want central heating in a house with a dog that likes minus 40? I want a house that's like an ice box, yeah? And these houses are cold, yeah, if you don't heat them downstairs. Now I don't keep them damp. They're definitely not damp, but downstairs is cold in the summer and the winter. Hot upstairs, okay, but anyway, whatever. I love this place though. There's no central heating. When I came here, the whole place was you could see through the walls into the bedrooms. You could actually see from one bedroom into the other because the walls were just like slats of wood, and you could actually peer between the slats of wood. The upshot of that was that I actually put in new partition walls. I put these in, and made the place more of a sort of modern house, basically, and I've done bits and pieces. And I will introduce you. And I'll tell you what, I'll give you a tour of my house because I'm going to lose it soon. I'm going to lose this house soon, so I will give you a guided tour of my house. Okay? So you will get to see how the Circle Maker lives. And I will show you just how much value there is in this house that is going to be destroyed when I leave. And you will be shocked. You'll be shocked at the value that is going to be lost in this house when I leave. Okay, so we've got 1 minute left. Now I'm going to take that as an opportunity. I'm going to take that as an opportunity to say we'll continue this one in the next video, but the next video is going to have to be a handheld cam because I'm going to take you on a walk around the house. Okay, so I'm going to show you that I don't live in impeccable style, yes, but then I don't have much money. Okay, I don't have much money. And I don't have the same standards. I have a country life standard to other people. Some people are horrified by my house, and they say that it's dirty and dusty and dark and like an old dungeon. Yes, and other people say, well, it's your workspace, and you treat it as your workspace. That they're kind of like, okay, but it just depends which background you come from, because believe you me, right, I've been to houses where lords and ladies live, and I think this place is actually neater. So, see you in part 2.